Hey guys, Mac here. So I recently came across an interview by Tony Jenkins. Tony is the former CEO of Barclays. Barclays is a financial giant. They manage billions and billions of dollars of assets for other companies. And what Tony said that fintech industry, the financial industry, the banking industry is going to face a Kodak moment if they don't reinvent themselves soon enough. So here he was referring to the onslaught of new technologies that are kind of grasping the financial industry, that are coming in the form of your cryptocurrency, your Bitcoin, your artificial intelligence. And then by Kodak moment, he was really referring to the company Kodak itself, which used to be once upon a time Wall Street darling. Kodak is well known as a pioneer when it comes to filmography, photography, so on and so forth. But today it has gone into the history books, and it is just because they were not agile enough, they were not proactive enough to sense the movement of the time in terms of what is coming, what is taking their industry left, right, and center, right? So as I started thinking about that more and more, I came to quick realization that we are already seeing that Kodak moment getting faced in a lot of other industries, right? So what I mean by that is Amazon, right? Amazon created a big Kodak moment for traditional publishers. So it used to be the case that you used to have access to the big pockets, or you used to have to pay like 50, 60, 70,000 dollars to publish a book, to become a bestseller. But with Amazon, right, it completely shattered the publishing industry. It gave full autonomy, full liberty, full access to the people like you and me, where anybody with a thought and an idea can publish their own book and then kind of bring to the life in no time, right? So this is my book. I'm a self-publishing author thanks to Amazon. I created this book completely on my own without have to worry about access to the big pockets. So if you take a look at Uber, right? Uber created a big Kodak moment for the traditional transportation industry, right? Airbnb the same case. It created a Kodak moment for lodging industry, right? And the market caps of these companies is just growing leaps and bounds, right? It is just unfathomable. But that's besides the point. The point that I'm trying to bring out is, how do you avoid in today's day and age, right? How do you really avoid creating that Kodak moment for yourself, for your own business, for your own family, right? And the answer to that is creating your own platform. And what I really mean by that, right? In this book, I have laid out, I have articulated a lot of actionable, practical strategies that I'm using day in, day out, and then articulating that so that you guys can learn from that, and then you sort of avoid getting kind of gobbled by that dinosaur. So although we are living in the greatest times in the history of the world, right? Internet, social media, it has like simplified our life to a great extent. At the same time, we are also hearing that the job market, with the onslaught of artificial intelligence, the robots, the job market is in despair. It is in jeopardy big time. So the idea here is that how do you really avoid creating the Kodak moment? And the answer to that is creating your own platform. And before even creating your own platform, I would also say that you need to learn to give yourself permission to succeed. Because many a times we get grappled with self-imposed limitations, self-doubts. We also tend to think about social validation in terms of what would other people say if I do this in this manner. Would they abide by that? Would they give me permission? Would they like it? So before even getting into anything, you need to learn to give yourself permission to succeed, which is what I gave myself. And then I started noticing astronomical difference in terms of where I was in life, where I am right now, and where I am heading towards. So basically, that creating that platform, right, comes in the form of I'm laying out like 5-step approach here So irrespective of your profession, right, whatever business profession you might be in, you need to think about what are your goals for the next 5 years, for the next 10 years, for the next 2 years, for the next 1 year, right? And then intricately assess exactly where you are in life, where do you want to go, what are some of the gaps, how can you really create that roadmap to go from point A to point B. So that's first and foremost. The second step is really all about creating your own platform, creating your own signature brand, right? Because today it is all about becoming that trusted resource. We have a fascination for the celebrity culture in today's life. So if you create that your own personal brand, where you are not only adding value to your audience but giving disproportionate value via the know, like, trust model, right? You will find that you are able to create that connection, you are able to create that chemistry in the form of being a true problem solver, because your market is struggling, your audience is struggling, and you need to come across as that go-to person, as that problem solver. So that is where you need to create your own strong business brand, personal brand that people can remember. The next step is basically creating your attention getting website, your personality driven website, where your business starts shining up and not really hiding behind the bush, not really hiding behind the website, right? Let your personality shine, let your business personality shine in terms of the good work that you are doing in terms of helping your customers. So that has to sort of come across very vividly, very vibrantly through your website. Then you also need to start creating social media ecosystem. So today, right, we are in this phenomenal era of internet, social media, but at the same time we are finding that what used to be our go-to channels, right, which is your CBS, ABC, NBC, right, those are all getting steadily replaced by the new modern era ABC, modern era CBS, NBC, so on and so forth, through the advent of your Facebook, LinkedIn, Twitter, Instagram. That is where your audience is hanging out, that is where their attention is. So that is why you need to be out there where your audience is hanging out. So that is why it is very important that you have to have social media ecosystem where you can start to influence real world conversations in a meaningful manner, and then you need to come across as somebody who really cares for your audience. So that's one. And then the next aspect of creating your own platform is making sure that you have certain controls, certain capabilities in place that will allow you to drive traffic, generate leads to your own storefront, which is your own website, right? So these are a couple of strategies that I have laid out in this book, and I will tell you this, I was really at a certain turning point in my life where I thought about, if I don't do this at this particular juncture, I will never be able to do it again. And little did I realize, no doubt there were a lot of upbeat struggles, uphill climb and whatnot, but steadily I was able to build my footprint, steadily I was able to build my personal brand that is now allowing me other people to discover. I don't have to necessarily go day in day out, because of all these automation aspects that I have placed, because of the leveraging that I'm able to do using the Facebook, using LinkedIn, Twitter, Instagram. I'm using their capital, I'm using their wide immense power to help me out. So that is why that is what I really teach other people in terms of building their business brand, getting them found, getting them discovered. So if you don't do that, I'm more than positive that you will face the Kodak moment. Because the reason I say that, because I was in that particular position. I was scratching my head, how do I really turn the needle, how do I really move the needle? And I'm really glad that I found my way, and I'm really positively appreciative of the fact that the journey I have taken. So I hope it added some value. So if you are facing that Kodak moment, or if you just really would like to bounce off some ideas, some thoughts, some ideas, feel free to revert back. I will be more than happy to sit down with you and see how I can really shape up your career, your business profession in the right direction so that you don't face that Kodak moment. So signing off for now. Have a great one. Talk to you soon. Bye bye.